We are on the line.
On the line.
Yay!
Hello.
We are on the air, live in New York City at
I was there yesterday.
12:19 p.m.
All
Okay,
right.
well, at least one of us is live from New York City. Someone's sort of live from New Jersey.
That's true. Everyone else is stupid New Jersey. Hi, just a question.
That doesn't have the same ring to it. Live from New Jersey.
Hello and welcome to the 28th episode of the Dlsone podcast. I'm your host for this episode, Daniel Goodman, or DG Cubes.
I'm Adam, or the Rubik's Cubed.
I'm Daniel Karnock, or Derpy Cuber.
I'm Avocado, or hashtag Cuber.
I'm Allison Lee, or the Programming Cuber.
And look at that, we got everybody today.
Yay!
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 And joining us as a guest, we have, for the second time, Delegate Sam Schultz.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah!
Schultz.
The one, the only, the honorable.
Thanks so much for having me on.
Sir
I'm
Delegate.
really excited to be back.
Thanks for joining us.
Really nice.
The last episode went very well, so we're really excited for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so with introductions out of the way, we're going to get right into the Q&A. So the first question comes from Rubik's Dude, who says, what was your favorite part of your first competition? So, Sam, you want to start this one?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I think so. For my first competition that I competed in, I guess we'll go with that one, is MIT Fall 2011, which was at MIT's campus, obviously. And I think my favorite part of it was entering the room for the first time, because it was just that initial visual and auditory experience was just like amazing, to be able to be like to instantly realize in that moment that you are surrounded by like 80 to 100 or so other people who are this invested and involved in this community was like a really like stunning realization that, oh, this is what competitions are like. I think I got a pretty quick like understanding of what competitions are like just from like how social the experience was when I walked in.
I agree with Sam. I mean, like, you can't walk into your competition for the first time ever again. Like,
Yeah.
I had a similar experience.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
at Nats 2014, which is like obviously a really big competition.
Yeah.
I walked in there and it was just like pure confusion. It wasn't necessarily even a good. It wasn't necessarily even a good feeling. I was like, "What is happening?"
Yeah, I'm not
I don't
gonna
know
lie.
what to
Nats
do.
2014 might not have been the best first comp for you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a little
It's a little
bit
overwhelming.
chaotic. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It was incredibly overwhelming, but I feel like, you know, since it's such a unique feeling and like I'll never ever get it again, that was probably the most interesting part of my first comp.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Like, my first comp was just like a weird experience overall. It was just like, it kind of felt like weird that there were all these people who were this good at cubing. Because, like, you know, like, before that, my only experience with other cubers was at my school, and, like, nobody averaged, like, under a minute besides me. So I felt like I was, like, a god of the Rubik's Cube. And then I showed up at the competition, and I, like, averaged, like, 49. And, like, and, like, all these people are so fast. I don't know. It was just, like, it was very cool to see that there was, like, such a dedicated community.
Yeah.
I definitely
For-
agree with Adam and Sam, like, and DG, like, everything that was said before, which is, like, you just walk in and you're like, you've never seen this many people with the same hobby, like the same hobby as you. Because, like, you feel like your hobby is pretty unique and, like, there's no one else that does it, but then you walk in that room and there's, like, 100 people all with the same thing, and you're like, what the heck?
Yeah.
I'm also actually just looking at the WCA page now for that first competition I went to, and I'm realizing just now there were like, for that time, there were a remarkable number of pretty high-level speed cubers for the time back in 2011. So, like, Ro Hessler was there, and Anthony Brooks was there, Dan Cohen was there.
Oh, wow.
Felix Lee, who was like world-class at Pyraminx at the time, won Pyraminx. Jonathan Cookmeyer was there for Megaminx, who set an NR at that competition. And
Wow.
it was like, wow, there were a lot of, I don't really remember it specifically being like this per se, but like, wow, there were a lot of fast people at that competition.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
can I say something?
Yeah.
My favorite part was, well, my first competition experience was interesting. I talked to a lot of different people, but none of them I talked to today. So, like, I'm not friends with any of them today. I don't even know if they still cube. But I just like how like everyone was friendly.
Yeah.
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 My favorite part personally was like I didn't really think of competing I didn't think of it as something that like serious, so I just kind of did 5 solves, and then I literally, that was the only competition in my entire life, and will stay that way because of how competitions are progressing. It was the only competition of my life where I signed up for an event during the competition. Like,
Oh, I did that too.
Signed up for,
I did that too.
I signed up for 2x2 during lunch. I was like, hey, and I also learned how to do a 2x2 that day. So I was like, and I got a first two. I like touched a 2x2 for the first time that day, and like that's where I'm going with this. Like, yeah, it was crazy. Like, it was just so like whoa, like up in the air sort of stuff. But like my personal favorite thing was like when I came there, I brought my entire collection, and it was 5 cubes. Like. Could you
imagine bringing your entire collection there now?
Yeah,
doing competition, you just
I'd have to bring
like
like
a
more than one
suitcase.
backpack. Yeah.
Want to build a cube tower?
Oh my god.
Want to build a cube tower?
No, I just remember like trying out all these different cubes. Like I'd never touched a 5x5 before, and like I remember trying to solve it and being like, "What the heck am I trying to do?" And like I remember like I just saw all these cool 3x3s, all these cool puzzles. The cubicle was there. Like it was just so amazing. And like I even remember like one like I was like walking out and for the venue for like a second, and I saw this one guy just like doing 3x3 OH, like just spamming TPS, and it looked like lightning to me. Like I was just like, holy moly! I didn't even know you could do this with 2 hands that fast. Like. It was just like insane, and it was just like so many different like new experiences that I just didn't know cubers could do, or yeah.
That's so
it was
cool.
really, yeah.
Yeah. One other thing, this may sound unrelated, but like, I was a big like I played Minecraft a whole lot, like a couple of years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, I would say at this point. Yeah. And every time, like, I would drop it and come back to it, I always thought that, like, I was, replaying it again for the first time. But, like, I recognized that, like, you can't replay it for the first time, really. Like, you can't do something again the first time. And, like, I don't know. So every time I think of doing stuff for the first time, I always think of Minecraft for some reason. Just because I've always wanted to play that game for the first time again. And now that I'm saying this, I'm recalling I just had a dream about that last night.
What?
Wow, tell us about it. There was a dragon.
No.
Cross out cubing from our podcast and change it to Minecraft.
I was on a boat trying to find something, I think, and then it just became Minecraft.
Who uses boats in? Oh. It
No,
wasn't
no
regular
way.
I
boat.
was like, what's this? What's this? And like I didn't recognize all the oars and stuff. And somebody was like, oh, that's blah 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 and blah blah blah. And I'm like, wow, I really haven't played this game in a while. And there is new stuff that I don't know about. I don't know why I'm just now remembering that.
And that what was so new about your first competition.
Yeah, and that's what we liked about our first competition.
Wait, if I could add another thing, I've actually had one other competition that felt like its first, even though it really wasn't. Worlds 2017, that was my first international comp, and I feel like Worlds or just a big comp being your first international comp is a good thing, because like I felt like a new cuber, like, and in a good way. Like I felt like I just like my world was opened up to this entirely new group of cubers. Like, yeah, I knew, and like the best part was it's not like I didn't know anybody there. There were so many American cubers there, and like Felix, Jay McNeil, like a lot of international cubers I knew, but there are also so many people I didn't know, and that was just amazing, because like it was like I kind of forgot that the rest of the world existed, being in like this big like northeast bubble, like and it was just like when I like walked into the venue, like I was just like, whoa, like all these people like exist. It's crazy.
Huh.
They're real.
Yeah, and they don't speak the English language. And I was like, whoa. So yeah.
All right. I guess we'll move on to the next question. Anybody want to ask it?
Sure, I'll go.
Alright.
Henry Crawford, do you think GAN will follow in the footsteps of other brands such as Moyuchi, Yushin, and start making budget/cheaper cubes? Also, do you think GAN will ever make non-N by N puzzles? I'd love to see a GAN Square 1 with the honeycomb pattern.
Oh.
But for the, no, for the first,
No.
for the first,
No,
yeah,
then yes.
or no, then maybe. Because definitely, like, GAN is just like, it's just everything's premium. They're not gonna make a bunch of
I don't. They're
GAN.
Yeah. They're kind of
GAN's
like
the apple of cubing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's exactly. I was about
Yeah.
to say that. Oh man.
We think alike. Yeah. So, if you want to elaborate on that, Turkey, go ahead.
No, like Ava said it pretty well. Like it's just like everything they make is like wow. It's like up there, you know, like
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
have to be
they're
cool
the
to have a
ones to
GameCube.
like. I like how, I've never been like the biggest fan because like I've never used their puzzles or anything, but I can really appreciate like the premium
yeah.
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 that their cubes
Yeah.
are, and also that they try new things like with new mechanisms, new technologies with like I think that's like a good direction to go in with cube companies. Oftentimes they play too safe, and like GAN's trying out new things is like good for the
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, their priority is to innovate, so I don't think they're gonna go in another direction.
Yeah.
mhm.
But
Yeah.
in terms of non-N by N, like, I feel like they would stay in WCA, but, like, I could see them possibly making WCA puzzles that aren't N by N.
Yeah, they're
So-
like just starting
Yeah.
to branch out to 4x4 and 2x2, and I feel
Yeah.
like you know they're gonna get the bug, and then they're just gonna
Yeah.
want to make more. So like
Yeah.
it might be. I think it will definitely be a while before they make like a square one, but
Maybe
especially
like a
with
Mega
the
Mix or
clocking
something.
pattern.
Maybe
Like,
maybe
Yeah,
Block.
I feel like a
Oh,
Mega
yeah.
Minx would be the first
Yeah,
one
I
because
agree.
like that's very similar to a 3x3
Yeah,
Max.
because it's like a 3x3 mechanism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then clock.
Clock. I don't know.
No,
I don't
Clock
see
with
it.
the honeycomb pattern.
I don't clock with the honeycomb cat. Yeah.
No, a clock,
I
but
don't see
instead of a
them
circle,
ever
it's a
making,
hexagon.
non-WCA. I don't ever see them making non-WCA unless they like branch out like Fangshi did. I kind of like what Fangshi did with like the limb cubes. I think that's really interesting. And if they ever decided like, you know what, we want to branch out, they would probably like make a sub-brand of themselves that's just dedicated to non-WCA. I
Yeah.
don't ever see them like
Yeah.
producing a GAN's non-WCA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be something else. But
Yeah.
we're far from that.
Yeah.
Also, I love how like their Rubik's cube is just so much like less like if you held it next to like every other GAN's puzzle, you wouldn't think it was GAN's, like because like my thought process of what went on in like the board meeting between GAN and like whoever's in charge of Rubik's nowadays, and he was like, "All right, guys, here's my design for the newest GAN cube. I hope you guys like it." And they're like, "All right, this is great, but how can we make it worse?"
Yeah.
Tiles, baby.
Yeah.
Give it
I mean,
that
the
cube.
tiles
Some
aren't
tiles
necessarily-
on there.
Yeah.
That's just what I thought the moment I felt it at Worlds. I was like, this is not GAN's. This is GAN's
Yeah.
mechanism that Rubik's tried to make better, but just made worse.
No, I think they just tried to make it Rubik's, you know? It's GAN's
Yeah,
mechanism
yeah,
that they tried to
definitely.
make Rubik's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, just make it good, please.
Like, the tiles aren't the worst part. It's just, like, they made it blockier. Like, they made it
it's so
more
bad,
square.
Yeah. It's
And
weird.
it's not even like, what's the word? Like, stable. Like, it's so loose or not loose, but like, it's like floppy. Or
I was
like-
just about to say, would you call it floppy?
Yeah. Yeah. But it's just like you'd think if you make it blockier that it would be more stable, but no,
Yeah,
no,
it's like-
no.
no.
All right. I think we answered that question pretty well. Yeah, Adam. Wait,
Can I get the next one?
wait. Before you get the next one, I just want to say, I think we should all like go around and like we'll just go host order. Whoa, I knocked my headphones off. I think Sam, you can answer this one first, and then we'll just go host order. So
Okay.
yeah, but Adam, you can ask it because this is a pretty quick one.
DG side quest, taking charge. All right. SJ Cuber, spelt
Oh my god.
KWE.
KW.
Okay, double
KY.
Queber.
I know letters. Kyewber. That is very creative spelling of cuber. Oldest cube that everybody forgot about. Mine is the Maying. I know you're all screaming, but at Nats 2015, the cubicle was giving out cubes, either a Yoo-hoo or a Maying.
Wait.
I don't know why
This
we're
is
all
before
screaming.
the current Maying
Wait,
and
what?
Yu-Yang.
Isn't that a
I don't-
Mega Mix and a 3x3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
What do you mean this is before the current Maying and Yu? What's a
Wait,
I don't
what's a
know. Okay, I
non-current
think-
Maying Yu?
I think everything
Yeah.
except for the first
Wait,
sentence
maybe they were
in
talking
this
about
question.
the Huanying?
That's an old cube. That's the first Moyo
Yeah.
cube.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
I think let's just look at the first sentence of this question. So, oldest cube that everybody forgot about.
Okay.
'Cause after that, it just goes downhill.
Yeah, after that, it's
I'm not
like blah,
really
blah, blah,
sure.
blah, blah,
I'm not
blah.
really sure what that means. Wait, if we forgot about it, how do we know what it
Yeah.
is?
Yeah. But Sam, you want to go first?
Maybe like. I don't know if I entirely understand the question enough, but I guess my answer to it is like a Shengshao 4x4. Like the different versions of that.
Yeah.
Like I don't think people really remember anything about the specific
Oh,
versions about
maybe
that. I
it's
think
like-
they're all just like lumped together as to like
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
pre
Maybe it's like a
modern
cube that-
4x4s.
I think maybe the question's asking like the oldest cube that you still remember, but you feel like everyone else forgot.
Yeah, I
Or
think
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I
yeah.
interpret it as like oldest cube that's like severely underrated that you could still use, but like.
Oh,
Does it have to be?
definitely
Oh.
not a Shengshao 4x4 then.
No, I didn't interpret the question.
Not a Shang Shao
Yeah. Huh.
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know. It depends on how you think about the question, but
Yeah.
I interpreted it as underrated.
I'm just gonna stick with Shengshao.
In the context of Adam's like interpretation, I would actually also agree with the Maying, because the Maying was really good.
Yeah,
And
it
was a
I
nice
think
cube.
even at the
It was a
time,
good
a lot
cube.
of people forgot about it.
Yeah. I used the Maying for a while. I really liked it.
Yeah.
I remember at Nats 2015, like I took a selfie to get a cube at Nats, and I got a Maying. I think Ava got a Yoo-hoo, and I was like, "Oh, sweet! This cube's awesome." And,
Wait,
and Ava-
that's what they were
and
talking
Ava-
about.
Oh,
Either
that's
you
what
they
or
were talking
Maying.
about.
Yeah, that's.
I don't
yeah,
remember this
yeah.
at all.
What do you? Okay, well let me. I was about to say what you did.
Okay.
Like, so I got the Maying, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome! I love it." And then you got the Yoo-hoo, and you were like, "Oh."
Is this a free Moyu cube? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Oh, that's what this was.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you took a selfie and
okay.
posted it on
Okay.
social media.
I thought
and
I thought like the person wasn't sure whether it was a Yoo-hoo or a May, and I was like, wait, isn't that a Mega Mix?
I'm not sure. I can't remember if it was a Mega Minx or a 3x3.
Yeah.
No, okay. So, okay. I get it now.
Okay,
Okay,
that
Yeah,
makes
makes
sense.
so much
yeah,
sense.
that
now.
makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. As far as oldest cube everybody forgot about, well, I mean, I like Sam's Shangshao 4x4 thing, like, cause I was interpreting it the same way as Sam was, but like, yeah, but I was kind of thinking like I think of the, what is it, the Li-Ying? That's what it's called, right? Moyu's
Yes,
third
I was thinking
3x4.
that too.
Oh,
That was a good
Wait.
one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Oh
Because
my
it
God,
came after the
yeah.
Weilong, so the Weilong usually like overshadowed it, and then the Aolong came out pretty soon after. But like, I knew people who used the Li-Ying and were really fast,
Yeah.
and it was like a very
Yeah.
good cube, but like nobody ever
Yeah.
really used it.
Yeah.
I remember that too.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking, but I couldn't remember the name, which is like proves the point.
yeah.
I was like, what's that really blocky one that was like before the owl?
Yeah.
Li-Ying,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the Dianma, but that's another
I feel
story.
like
Oh my
Dianma!
God,
Dianma.
that
Oh my
cube was
god.
fun. I
Ava,
still
how's
have
your
that
Dianma doing nowadays?
I threw it away.
cube. After we
Wait,
put
really?
ketchup and
Yeah,
mayo.
that's disgusting. Why would I keep that?
You could wash it out.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
know,
Keep
I
it for
know.
the memories.
There was okay.
Dianma.
Derby, we solved it with like it was solved with ketchup, mayo, like Italian dressing, and like ranch in it. Like it was like.
Okay.
Excuse me, side quest. I believe you suggested that we go host order, and my name's above yours.
Oh,
So-
it's not supposed to be. Let me just move you all the way down to the bottom of the show
No,
notes.
don't do that. No,
There you
that's
go.
Illegal. That's illegal. Let me go. Derp. I almost said Derpy Cuber. DG Cuber, let my people go.
No, we're keeping it there.
Wow.
Can I go?
Go
Can
for
I go?
it.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Along GT. No, I'm just kidding. That cube was trash.
I forgot that.
Yeah.
me too.
Exactly.
Hey, that works. That works.
That works.
Well, but
no,
like-
but for my purposes, I want to say
Yeah,
an
yeah, that's
underrated
good.
cube, and the Along GT is absolute trash.
It was like okay at
Wow.
first.
I didn't hate the Along GT as much as you do.
Yeah, I didn't hate it.
But it
was,
just-
like,
It was
like
a
no one
trash
uses it as their
puzzle.
main, so
Yeah,
I
it
actually
was-
did for a little while.
okay.
I think I did for
Well,
like
you're a
couple
garbage
days.
person.
I did for like a couple days, and then I was like, yeah.
See, I realized recently, like, have you guys ever tried a non-M GTS2?
Oh my god, so
'Cause
bad.
it has-
Yeah, I
It has
have
a
one.
very
It's really bad.
It has a very similar feeling to the Along GT. Like, I kind of
Not
feel
really.
like
No, not-
the Along.
Along GT was way heavier.
Yeah, it was
Okay, yeah,
so
well,
Yeah, it was
yeah,
super
that's true.
heavy.
That's
Yeah.
true. But I don't know. I kind of feel like if you
Yeah.
put magnets in the Along GT, it might have potential.
It was like heavy,
Maybe.
I
slow,
don't know.
blocky, catchy. It was like awful.
Adding more weight to it though.
Can I
Anyway,
go?
That's true.
My answer. I'm sure everybody knows my answer.
Hualong.
Hualong, baby.
Yeah, that is kind of.
I have one right here. I still use it. Like, I love my Hualong, man. It's so good.
You should specify that you don't
Everybody's-
use it as your main anymore.
I don't use it as my main. It's like my backup,
Really?
basically. And I use it for like. So I have all my mains like at my desk, and then all the rest of my cubes are like in a file cabinet in my basement, right where like all my setup is. So the only cubes I keep up in my room are my 7 mains and a Hualong. So that should tell you something.
Huh.
So and at night when I I'm not tired and I need to go to bed, what I'll do is I'll scramble everything, but I have 8 events and 7 cubes because of OH. So I use the Hualong for 3x3 and do OH on my GTS, and yeah. So I still use the Hualong pretty regularly. I love it. Interestingly, I know DG and Sam, you were there for this. We were and Ava, yeah. We were discussing yesterday the Yushin cube, right? I believe it's called the Huanlong, right?
Wait,
That's-
they have Huang.
That's the
Huanglong.
same name as like the 7x7.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
everything 7 and up.
Isn't I feel like I saw an Instagram post about this. I'm gonna double check it right now.
Oh yeah,
but,
the Yushin 3x3.
The Yushin.
No, Yushin
Huanglong-
3 was not
Huang-
even good.
Yeah, the Yushin 3x3 was
Yeah,
like,
but that was very forgotten.
Okay,
It was very it's
The new
very
one is good, though.
forgotten, but
Yeah.
it's not
You know
particularly.
what I
Well, it was
realized?
The
it
new
was
one
not
is
that
really
forgotten
good,
'cause
though.
the world record was
Yeah,
set on
yeah,
it,
it was.
right?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
Colin's world record.
Yeah.
That's why it had a little
Yeah.
popularity. But I'm talking about the newer one, the
Yeah,
Huanglong.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it. Yushin. That's what they named their 7x7.
Wait, I don't
that's
even
their cube
remember.
series.
Have I ever tried that?
no.
It hasn't been. I don't know if it's been released
no,
yet,
it's not
but it was
released.
at the.
Oh,
It was
okay,
at the
okay.
competition yesterday, and
Also,
they
I
tried
know
it,
the
and it was
cubicle.
really good.
The cubicle posted on Instagram about it. I'm gonna double check right
Yeah,
now.
Phil.
but you-
Phil
next
also
person
made
can
multiple
go.
I feel-
posts about it.
I heard about it,
Yeah.
but I didn't.
Hold
know
on,
whether it
actually,
was
the
released
next
or
person do not go yet. Okay, here's the post. Check out these brand new Huanglong 3x3s we just got. We'll be sending these to our testers and sponsors, so keep an eye out for some new content. Yeah. So the Yushin is supposed to be the 3x3 is supposed to be really, really good. Like,
not.
yeah, like a GTS 2M.
Oh yeah,
Or
yeah. I remember
2M,
this
yeah,
post.
2M
Yeah.
Can I go?
Yes.
Yeah, go.
This is not like that old, but I'm gonna go with original UA show. Because I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
that
That was a
great
really
yeah.
good cube,
too.
but like I think something else came out right after that was like overshadowed it.
Probably like the GTS,
Yeah, I
right?
think so.
I think it might have
Yeah.
been the GTS.
Yeah.
GTS.
That's true. I actually
original.
used that cube for quite a long time.
I used that cube for a long
too.
time too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's still the best cube I've ever tried out of a box. It was like sent to me like already set up by the cubicle before their pro days, I think, before any of their pro stuff. But it was like so good out of the box. Oh my god! And now it's like my cube that I bring to school everywhere, so it's absolutely garbage now.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't touched it. It's like it's complete trash. The stickers are falling off. Like,
I keep the
yeah.
cube that I take to school in a cube case, like a plastic cube case.
That's smart.
That
That's
is smart.
I just throw it in my bag and it gets destroyed. So, yeah.
Who
Derpy?
hasn't gone? Derpy?
Derpy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Derpy hasn't
Um,
gone either.
I wanted to say the Weilong V2 because like I had the Weilong V2 Mini and it was like
Yeah, me too.
I love that thing. Like I solved the crap out of it. Like it was my main for a really long time. And I think I actually bought it cuz Kevin Costello used it like for just ages and like never switched to anything else. and like I don't know, I thought he was really.
I never
cool.
actually owned a
He was
Waylon
so
V2. I
fast.
only have a V1.
I've never owned a V1. I only have a V2.
Oh
I
really?
used the V1 for a very
Same.
long time as my
Huh.
main.
Yeah, same.
I remember Ava's Waylon V1.
I remember specifically that she refused to switch from it.
Yeah.
We had
Yeah,
this like
that's
a
true.
huge debate about Waylon versus Alalong.
Yeah.
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 And you just like,
Yeah.
no, way long, all the way.
Yeah.
Back when we cared about the hardware that we used.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Like, I can't imagine, like, actually arguing with you guys about that today. Like, GTS2M, no,
Wow.
Falk power.
No, Diane
like-
Tyan. Diane Tyan, baby. I can use that as my mate.
Oh, man.
The
I
way you
feel
said
like- I
Vault
feel like the
power,
typical-
it sounded like a Pokemon or something. Just Vault power. It just sounded like a superpowers.
Power, activate.
That's very funny.
I feel like the typical conversation that happens between like two cubers at a competition is like when they're discussing mains, and it's just like, oh, what do you use? Oh, I use the GTS 2M, and they're like, oh, I use the Valk Power, and they're like,
End of
okay, do you
conversation.
think it's better? It's like, I don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
I don't
no, like,
care,
I've
I
asked
just
people
use what
recently-
I like.
Yeah, no, like I agree with that. It's just kind of like, you know, you say, "What do you use?" They say what they use, and then you're like, "I don't really know why I asked. I don't care."
It's not like I'm looking for something better.
Yeah, like I don't really need recommendations. I kind of know what's good.
Who didn't go? Allison, did you go?
I kind of agreed with the Maying. I don't,
Yeah.
and I agreed with a lot of the ones that we talked about already. So I don't know. Like I don't know if I have a different one, because
Meisu. Meisu.
The-
Do any of you know what that is?
The Weisu?
No, Meisu.
the what?
Oh!
Do you mean
Mayu,
the
the
Mayu?
Mayu.
Mayu.
That was
Meiyu,
so bad.
Meiyu, whatever.
I remember that.
I have
design.
one. It's because the first batch
Yeah.
had defective center.
I
yeah.
had
That
one.
was
I have one
so
too.
bad.
Yeah, that cube is so bad.
I remember I was like really hyped for it, but then like I just heard terrible things, so I never got it.
No, I have the entire like set of cubes.
Oh, the teal
in
ones?
Teal.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
I have that.
I remember that you were just obsessed with like getting the teal ones for.
Yeah, it's a cool display item, but I don't use any of those cubes.
What's the last puzzle that Song's Design came out with?
Probably the cube.
Oh, really?
Or maybe
Oh,
the
yeah,
pyramids.
yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
Where? Yeah.
I remember when the Whale on
It's been a while.
GTS came out, and like it offered in like teal, you know, white, black, and then like brown, and I was like, why?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, those are those
I
random-
saw
Brown.
I saw someone with the brown one, and I was like, "What the heck?
Why would you choose that?
Why would you choose that color?
Of all, yeah, like
Brown
for the
and
memes.
plastic."
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. All right. I guess moving on to the next question. Who wants to ask it?
Oh, I'll do it.
All right.
Lackland Stevens asked to all, do you take part in the weekly speedsolving.com online comps?
All right. Host order. Sam first.
No.
Yes.
Am I technically still at the bottom?
Yeah.
Yes.
Derpy.
Dan
next.
Derby. Yeah.
wait, say the question again.
Oh my gosh. Do you take part in
What?
speed solving comps? Like, I mean, not speedsolving.com.
Oh, I don't,
Forum
no.
stuff. I've done it like twice.
I don't do comps like, but I want to.
No.
Oh, have I done it ever? Yeah, I have.
I was bored over spring break, and DG showed me it, and I did it for 1 week, and I've wanted to do it again, but I just don't have the time. I don't know.
Adam and I have a meme we want to start where whenever, like, just in the least, like, appropriate situations, whenever anything is going on, it doesn't matter what, and there's, like, a silence, somebody just has to say, want to build a cube tower?
Yeah, so can I tell her the origins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is for our viewers also. We're trying to start this meme. Okay, so that's never a good way to start a meme. But anyway, asking people to start it. Basically, I was thinking of shorts for a video that I wanted to do, just like funny shorts. And so when I was over filming with Derpy and DG, and one short idea I had was like, I was sitting at nationals and like Derpy and DG sat down and they had both finished finals and it's like, oh, how'd you guys do? And Derpy's like, oh, I'm now the square one champion and I placed third in 2x2. And DG's like, oh, I'm second in the nation for Pyramix. And I go, cool. And then we paused for about 10 seconds. And I said, so do you want to build a cube tower? Like that.
That's good. That's good.
So now we just do it like that in most inopportune times.
Yeah,
so
yeah, because like
that's the
yeah,
joke.
for the viewers out there who aren't aware of the cube tower phenomenon, it's just something that at every like new cubers like first couple competitions, they'll like, you know, meet some new friends and they'll be hanging out and they'll all like bring their entire collections because that's what you do when you're first starting out.
Yeah.
And you realize we have all these cubes here. Wouldn't it be so cool if we stacked them on top of each other? And they don't realize that the answer to that question is no, so they do it anyway.
No.
So anyway, that's called a cube tower and it never works out well. But anyway, we want to spread that. So just bring it up whenever you can and it'll be good.
Do you want to build a cube tower?
Oh yeah, wait, I just want to say something before we move on about the speed solving comps. For those who don't take part in them or who never have, I strongly recommend it. I've been doing it like religiously every week since like the beginning
Stop
of
forcing your
2017.
beliefs on people.
Yeah, come on, DG.
No,
I'd
but
like
like
to stick
I
with my
really do
religion.
recommend it. No, but like I really do recommend it. Like I haven't missed a week in a long time, and like it's just really fun because like it kind of forces you to do events that you might not do otherwise, and it's like just a good way to like stay like what's the word
Sharp.
like to not be to stay sharp with like all your events. Like I do 5 cube solves a week, and that's all I do, but like I do them so I don't lose it. But I don't know. I think it's fun.
Scube.
I love
The regrip
Scube.
of events.
But
At the competition yesterday, we were joking around like while we were walking there, while we were traveling there,
Yeah.
that like we can't miss the beginning of the competition because of Scube, the most important event. Gotta get there for Scube.
yeah, we were freaking out
Alright.
about it, and we made it in time for Scube. It was great.
We did.
Scube was
Nice.
the best. Dana Yee asks, to all, what was your least favorite competition and why? I have read quite a few interesting delegate reports for competitions you guys have attended, and I'm curious to hear your guys' opinions.
I feel like I'm gonna hear a lot of fantastic answers.
Actually, I won't say that was my least favorite competition. That was a very fun competition. It was just
Wait.
organized very
Well, like
poorly.
that's kind of
Which comp?
okay.
FMC in New York.
Oh, that was a pretty fun comp.
Yeah, I had a great time actually.
It was just
but,
weird.
Yeah,
It was like
I mean,
in this
I wasn't
cramped
there, but I've heard
building
bad
in
things
New York
about it, so.
City.
yeah. I don't know.
I feel like I need to like look at my list of competitions. I can't like think of it off the top of my head.
Yeah, same. Does anybody who has one want to go first?
Yeah, I guess I can start.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, Sam's opinion is probably the most like broad.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the 2 competitions that I enjoyed the least were both due to scheduling and poor organization issues. And I would say both of those were probably Norwich.
Oh my god, I was gonna say that.
Oh, Norwich,
But
yeah.
I had fun
Uh,
at that comp, so I don't know.
Me too.
Yeah.
I broke a lot of
Yeah.
PBs.
Yeah, that was like not a good comp. Yale's spring 2015 was
We were talking
poorly
about that
run.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Worst
yeah, we
venues,
were
though.
actually. That's right.
Yeah.
Worst venues.
Yeah. Let me go through my list to see if there's anything else. But those 2 definitely come to mind. Just like being hours behind, me having to like pull more weight than I like to at competitions where I'm not like technically responsible. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was, I remember one, I can name a few, like, not to harp on like recent competitions, but like Rutgers was like, like it
Well,
was,
Rutgers
but it was
had a
really
weird
fun.
situation.
It was-
I had fun
it was
at- I had
really
so much
fun,
fun
but
at Rutgers, though.
the
it was
organization was
fun.
a little
It was
difficult.
fun, like with you guys, but like I didn't get much sleep and I felt very like tired the entire time. So like I just, and also like competing like right next to the announcing podium, it was kind of weird. Like there
Yeah, the
was,
setup was weird. Like I know it was last minute though,
Yeah,
so like
yeah,
I don't really
so.
blame them. But like
Yeah.
in terms of the technical part, yeah, it was like really crowded and stuff. But it was
Yeah.
really fun.
It was
with
pretty fun,
people,
yeah.
but-
I also
for
Rockville. I don't think any of you guys. Wait.
no, I was at
Oh,
that.
okay,
I was
okay.
at that comp.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know, it was postponed, or it was delayed. So it started at noon, which is the only comp I've ever been to that didn't start like when comps usually start, and like so, but it still felt like a normal competition in terms of length, and it's probably because I had a headache for like half of it, and it was purely caused by my own stupidity. Like I was about to go for square one, and I was like super like, I've been practicing a lot. I was like, I want to get a PB single. Like I'm just so ready, and I didn't have a sub 9 single at the time. I had like a low 9, and I glanced at the scrambling table like just for like a millisecond, and I saw my cube because it had purple and pink. It's hard to miss. It was, and I saw what the top shape was for the scramble, and then I got that scramble and got a PB on it, and I was like, and it had to be DNF'd because like I kind of saw it. And
wait, you mean extra?
No, it got DNF'd.
What?
Oh wait, no, extra.
Okay, yeah.
But one way or another, it wasn't counted.
Yeah.
And that's what made me upset. And so I was just like so stressed out because I was like, man, I don't know when I'm ever gonna get a sub 9, you know. And now looking back on it.
Have you ever done it since then?
No, not yet. Hopefully I will.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for me, I would say, and just like gonna put this out there, like I'm like, the way I judge a competition is not at all by how it's run, which is like, you know, like if I were to judge it that way, like FMC was probably one of the worst
John
competitions
Hopkins.
I've been to. I wasn't at that one, but like I don't know, but like, you know, for me it's just like completely based on the amount I enjoyed myself at the competition. So I don't know, like I was looking at my list, and like the one competition where I feel like I don't really have anything, like nothing stands out for me really, is and it's just because I think it's because I was only there for a couple hours as well, so it was really like nothing, was Big Q Bash last May. Like, and it was like good while I was there, and like, but I don't know, something like I wasn't there for a long time, and I feel like I don't know, I just never really got to that point in a competition where I'm just like having like the best time of my life, you know. I just didn't reach that because I wasn't there the whole time. So I don't know. That's like really the only one, just because I had to leave like early and stuff. But and maybe Yale Spring just because of how cramped it was. But yeah, no, like, and just putting it out there, Big Q Bash was well organized, but it was you know, I just personally wasn't there.
For me, Sam, you were there. Easy cubes. Spring.
I was gonna bring up easy.
Yeah.
I was going through my list, and for two more reasons.
There's a lot of reasons.
There's
a lot of reasons why I didn't like that competition, and like some of the things that made me upset about that competition were completely self-inflicted. Looking back on it, like it was my fault. But it was just like I did not do well at the competition at all. I was like emotionally drained. It was like not fun at all. Like the venue was like. Ironically,
the venue was it was pretty good.
It was a really nice venue. Like
it
looked like if like you just increased the room size, it looked like something you'd host like Nats in.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't know. Just like I remember, I was like walking with some friends outside just to like, I don't know, like just like go outside and get some fresh air, and like we walked for like 10 minutes, and when I came back, 2x2 finals was done. And I didn't get to compete, even though, well, I mean, like, yeah, I didn't get to compete because I was late. Like, it makes sense. Like, and I was pretty upset about it. And then they had mystery event for an hour, for no apparent reason.
What a good use of time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they refused to completely let me compete in 2x2, and then they did mystery event for an hour, and then they were like right about to start 3x3 finals, but they didn't call our names because I wasn't in the venue at the time. I was like sitting outside with like Patrick, like in the lobby, and then Sean's mom ran up to me, and they're saying they're gonna disqualify you and Patrick if you don't come because they said it's last call. I was like, they didn't announce it over the PA. What? It was like, it was bad because the PA was being used constantly, and like. You know, like I would expect to hear it from the PA system, but nope, they just refused to do it that very specific time. So, yeah, I don't know. I hold a grudge against that comp because it was just a very unpleasant experience in general.
Yeah, that was not a great comp. I got my first win at that comp. But,
Yeah,
like,
that's a little
it was still a good
bittersweet.
comp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was bittersweet.
Like I can so understand that like there are comps that like objectively are bad, but like I did well at them, so like if like I have good memories from them, but like
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I'm bad at like recalling comps. Like I'm looking at my list here.
Yeah,
and
same.
Most of them, I'm like, I don't know where this was. I don't know what I did.
I don't know what I
Yeah.
did.
I'm on the same. I'm on the same page as DG, where it's like it's not like a matter of how the competition itself was run. It was more like which competition was the most forgettable, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
I'm trying to think like which competition.
Well, if it's the most forgettable, you won't remember.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Like,
on my
okay, I
phone
don't
right now
remember what
looking at
happened
my
at-
competition list, so I'm, like,
Yeah,
trying to
I
get
don't
down.
know what happened at Manhasset Fall. Like I have.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
looking
well-
at the Manhassets and I was like, really
I
don't
remember
these.
what
Yeah, I
happened
don't
at
remember.
that comp. I got a PB average by a mile. I was freaking out.
Me too.
I
Me
got an
too.
827
Oh, I did.
and then a 10
Oh, you know
in
what?
the final.
You know what? I can't say that because I think I got my first sub 10s at Manhasset, so that's. I don't know, but like in terms of like what else we did, I can't really remember. Like besides competing at Manhasset.
I'm thinking of Manhasset Spring, right? There's Manhasset Fall.
Wait,
Yeah.
I don't even
2015 that you're
remember
talking
the
about.
difference.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I don't
me
remember
neither.
the difference either.
Uh,
I feel like
one was
I feel like one was
Ava's
the one with the
2x2
cubes.
almost world record or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That
Oh
was the fall,
shoot,
that was the
yeah, that was.
And that was the same
oh, it
one
was
where I
at
got my
fall when
one-
all that
1.8.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there was
Oh,
one
okay,
where what was the other
That
one?
was the Miss Scramble.
one
comp.
was
Oh,
the other one had
the
big
one with
blinds.
the cubes?
The other one
The
had
other-
big blind and square
Oh,
one or
yeah,
whatever.
the other yeah, square one, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Oh,
And that was
oh,
the one where we threw the cube around, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
Wait, is that the Huma
That's
one? Yeah,
fun.
that was the Huma one.
It's come
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Like, I don't know. I try to remember comps by, like, really specific things. Like, I won't forget what any of the nationals, obviously, but, like, Doylestown, I think, okay,
Yeah,
Colin,
yeah.
Yale Spring,
Yeah.
I'm like, I remember the venue. The Manhassets, like, I can picture that room.
Yeah, same,
I'm just
same.
trying to think. Big Apple Cube Bash, I remember by 12. So that's and
Wait.
exactly where I was with the 12.
Big Apple or Big Cube Bash?
Cube Clash.
Big
Big
Apple.
Cube Clash.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the first of the two big apples.
That was the last
Um,
Big Apple was run more badly.
yeah.
Like they were like
Oh, I
over
remember
ambitious
that.
for
Big
everything,
Apple
and then
Spring.
like they cut.
Yes.
they cut,
Oh,
like,
wait.
so
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. That comp was kind of bad. That
Eric
comp was kinda
Eric
bad,
Eric
I'll be honest there.
personally, like, I remember I was talking to him and he was like, yeah, I tried to blacklist that comp from my brain.
Yeah, that comp got way over ambitious. I remember that.
That's such a funny way to put it.
Only Eric would say it in that way.
Yeah.
So funny.
But Sam, you do a really good Eric impersonation.
Oh my
I like
god.
It a lot.
It takes
Wait, Sam.
it takes
I've
skill.
never heard Sam do an Eric impression.
Oh god,
Go
it's
for it.
just, I mean, like, I don't know. It just comes out naturally sometimes. I don't know if I
you
can
have
do
to,
it
you have
like
to
on
be
a
it
snap
has to
like
be
this,
done at
but,
like nationals when you see Eric.
Exactly. It just has.
Oh,
it,
got you,
it's-
got you.
I think it's developed because I've spent like a ridiculous amount of time with him traveling great distances to competitions. So like in September, we like a week and a half before the comp decided to drive down to ODU from New York, and if you don't know, that's like a 9-hour drive each way.
Oh, man.
And so we just like spent a really long time in the car together, just like talking.
I remember the Nats like a week, or because the week before was Lexington, then it was Nats, and then the week after was Worlds. So it was like 3 weeks of just straight up just constant competing, and they were all
Yeah.
multi-day comps. They were all multi-day and
Wow.
Yeah, you went 2, 3,
2, 3, 4.
4.
Yeah,
yeah, I remember
it was,
that.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was a crazy 3 weeks, and like I saw Eric for Lexington and Nats, and it was just like Eric. Like it was like my personality was so like temporarily like influenced by Eric's just being that like I was like a completely different person by Nats than I would be like 3 weeks
I
before.
know that so well. I can get that from
Like
Eric
if
too,
you
actually.
watch me during the vlogs, I was just so snarky, and it was because I'd been like just observing Eric so much.
There are a couple moments in your Lexington vlog that are just like so
in
funny.
Lexington
Where
was so
Eric,
funny.
where Eric is just like typing like Facebook
Yeah.
posts onto my computer.
So funny. It was such a
That
great
was
time.
so funny.
Like it
Yeah.
may have been hot and
Yeah.
sweaty, but it was so much fun.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was a fun comp.
Hot and sweaty, but never forget.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
Yo, I remember just those 2 weeks with Lexington and Nationals was like
Yeah.
really interesting because I went to Lexington, I stayed up there, we like drove to Chicago, like we're there for that
Wow.
week, went to Nationals, and then like drove back, and it
Oh
was
yeah, I
like,
remember
crazy.
you did that.
Yeah, it was crazy, but it was really fun.
Nationals will always be like very memorable, not just because of
Yeah.
how big they are, but like
Yeah.
what you have to do to get there.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, you need.
I remember Fort
you
Wayne
need to
so
qualify.
well because well, what I meant was like physically.
I know.
So I'll always remember Fort Wayne because like that was a crazy trip for me because I stopped by the Midwest to visit 2 schools also because I was in the middle of my college decision process. So like we were like bouncing back. I remember planning that date, like having a map out and like, okay, we could stop here, go here, we could sleep here, but like drive overnight here, and it was like
Yeah.
the most insane traveling plans ever. And, like bouncing back and forth between Indiana and Illinois.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So the next question, I think Sam could answer this one pretty well. Anybody want to ask it?
I'll ask it.
No.
All right. Go for it,
From
Derpy.
the 6 sides, I'm thinking about hosting a comp sometime next spring. How does one go about planning a competition?
Okay, so yeah, I feel like I definitely can answer this. So I guess it depends. I don't know what area you're in, but the first step is probably you're gonna want to figure out who the closest WCA delegate is to you. You can just do that looking at the WCA website. There's a page that lists all of the delegates. And so you'll want to reach out to them and just talk about like what your experience is attending other competitions and whether you've staffed competitions, whatever. And you'll want to talk about like when your venue is available and like what the logistics behind that venue are. Just like there's a lot of little planning things you have to do. But once you get in contact with the WCA delegate, they'll most likely be very happy to help out because like we always want to help grow new organizers into being excellent organizers. That's a really fun process for us to go through. So you'll want to definitely get in communications with your local delegate very early on. But if I had to lay out like a basic roadmap of what you can expect, it's like booking a venue, and then the WCA delegate will help you or will deploy a WCA website page for you to host registration and to have information about the competition. So you'll fill that out, and then it'll get announced by the WCA board, assuming that it upholds to all of their policies. And then you'll have registration, and you'll approve registrations and payments and whatnot. Depending on what local area you're in, you may have certain payment systems. I don't know what's local to all areas. And then you'll just run the competition. It's like day of. It's similar to what you would expect, I think, where it's just like calling groups and just making sure you're on schedule, pulling staff together, whatever. But it's a really like I guess that's like a basic overview of what you have to do. But it's a really good process to go through, and like the main thing is that your local delegate will help you. Like I can answer the question in general terms, but like the most important thing is going to be contacting a delegate who can help you run it.
As somebody who has tried and failed in this process, what are your recommendations for trying to find a venue?
That's hard. I don't have too much experience finding venues, but what I would say is if you're in school, you may want to talk to administrators in your school of whether you can get a discounted rental for the cafeteria or gymnasium or whatever. You may want to talk to your school administrators about that. However, a lot of the time, frankly, there's a lot of bureaucracy involved with trying to get a room rented from a school.
The difficulty of being in school is a lot of time they will ask you
Yeah.
for club backing to get the venue, so you
Yeah.
have to get a club
Yeah.
advisor to back the competition.
That was my issue
Yeah.
for my school.
There are a lot of issues that come with that. So if you're still really interested in hosting one, even if it's not at your school, there's a really handy website that I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but essentially it's a hotel ballroom search engine, a rental search engine.
Huh.
So if you type in your zip code or like whatever like geographic information wherever you want to have the competition, it will pop up a listing by square footage of different ballrooms you can rent, and then it gives you the hotel's contact information. So you can't rent it directly from this, but it essentially like organizes all of the ballrooms so you can compare sizes and whatnot, and then you can figure out which one you want and then contact the hotel from there.
Yeah.
And I know
If you
that
have
they've even used that search engine for, I don't think they're using it anymore really, but there was a period of like a year or two where they were using a similar service to that for Nats.
Oh, wow.
So these are very legitimate like
Yeah.
processes that you can go through to get it done.
If you have a
But-
link to it, we could put it in the show notes so people could check it
Yeah,
out.
for
if
sure.
they're
I don't
interested.
know it off the top of my head, but I can find
Yeah.
it later for sure.
All right, cool, cool.
Oh man, it's just bringing me back to trying to organize something with a venue. DG and I tried for a while.
Venues
And
are really hard.
It's such a shame because my school has like literally the perfect venue. Like I can't even describe to you how perfect it is. My multi-purpose room in my school, one giant wall, like I don't know, 50 feet up, is a giant window. It would let in so much natural light. The lighting would be perfect.
Oh, wow.
It already has tables. It's like it would be like the most perfect. I can't even describe it. But it sucks because my principal is a little strict on that stuff, and he's like, "Well, you got to be part of an official club to do that." And there are like 3 official clubs in my school. It's like,
Oh,
it's like,
wow, there's a real
and when
problem
because
there.
it's very difficult to do official, everybody's unofficial. And even recently, he like canceled all the unofficial clubs for a reason he can't specify because probably the board told him something like about liabilities or whatever. But he's known as a fun killer. But as you can tell, but like the only official clubs are like TSA and like FFA, which was actually axed last year.
Oh.
So like official nationwide things.
Yeah.
It's like,
TSA
I can't
as
make
in
a
the
cube
people
club
who like
and then
check your stuff in the airport.
Totally.
No, not that one.
no Technology Student Association
Oh.
and like
I
SGA,
would
which
love
is like
it if,
student
like,
government.
there was just a
Like-
club dedicated to people.
There's just a club.
Who's
I heard
make sure that you're safe.
TSA club.
It's like, all right, guys, the next flight is in 25 minutes. We gotta. Come on, chop, let's go.
I remember
Yeah.
hearing about that the first time when I got to the high school, and I was like, TSA? Why'd they make a whole club for
That's
that?
funny. I actually heard about the TSA, like Technology Student Association, first. So I would go to the airports and I was confused when I would see TSA there.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's really funny.
I just got really scared because my computer monitor shut off, and I was like, "Oh no!" It's just because I hadn't touched it in like a little bit. Okay, no, but I'm interested to see what would happen if like after I graduate and I go back and ask him if I would still need like because if I would still need an official club or something. I know I need a teacher backing, but like I could probably get that. I keep going through this in my head because it's such a perfect venue. I can't even describe it. Oh my god.
Well, if you've graduated, if you're coming back and trying to rent as a alum, I've kind of gone through that process. We ended up going with the different option because Alex Cohen was still at the school and is still at the school. But you may want to look into whatever town you're in, like local government, because in my case, there's actually a department relating to facility rentals, so that we can that anyone in the general public can at least apply to be able to rent out, like for a fee, obviously, like certain public town facilities, and that includes high school gymnasiums and cafeterias. So you can do it even if you're not a student in some cases.
That's very interesting. That's very interesting. I posted the photo in the chat. I'm not going to put it in the show notes because you could just reverse engineer it and find out what school I went to, which I'd have no issue with.
Oh my god.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, where'd you put it?
Are you?
I put it in the chat.
That's
What?
amazing.
Am I right? Am I right?
That's
Wait,
Huh?
crazy.
How about that?
Oh my gosh. The
What?
Google Hangouts.
I don't
That's-
see it.
Holy
That's
crap.
So, want to build a cube tower? No.
Can you imagine the type of cube towers we could build in that
It would be
venue?
so good. Yeah, so moving on to the last question, and then we're going to move on to our next segment. So this could be like definitely a lightning round. So we're going to go host order, but Sam can go first. So Duncan Bannon asks, what is one thing you wish cubers knew? Like how to use Cube Explorer, how to judge, etc. So Sam, you could go first.
How to judge. I really like that example. How to judge.
Okay. I'm going to say how to avoid building cube towers.
Damn it! Damn it! I was gonna say that.
Derpy?
Wow, that's a good question. Like just in general, like people like right now.
Well, cubers,
Yeah.
not just
That's what
all
I meant.
people.
Yeah, like cubers right now.
Everybody must know how to judge.
No. I don't know. Probably how to behave around like really fast people when they're competing.
Okay.
Like a lot of kids
Okay.
swarm
Well,
around
just-
this one person, and it's
Yeah.
like,
I think people in general, but it happens more to fast
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ava?
Yeah, similar to the judging thing, like just everyone should know like the majority of the regs.
Mm.
Yeah.
Allison?
I would say how to be doing FMC.
Ooh. That's good. That's good. Adam?
The purpose of life, because then our issues would be solved. No, an actual answer for a select few people, I would say how to tone down their competitiveness, because it's not a big deal.
Yes. I agree with that a lot. Yeah.
how to react to my
Alright.
3x3 single PB in competition.
What?
39.76.
Oh, wait. I have one to add. They need to know how to not scream world record when there's no world record, because that's
my
so
God.
annoying.
I remember at Manhasset,
Oh
some
my
guy, some guy got a solve 2x2 and pretended to do it in like 0.4, and some kid was running and
Yeah.
he was like, world record! And I was like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, never
Yeah, yeah.
mind.
It's just distracting and forces extras.
Oh my god, do you guys remember when
Yeah.
at Nationals we all started clapping and then we
I
accidentally
hated that.
started
I
something?
hated
We're
that.
like, no, stop.
Oh, that's what I
Yeah,
wish.
no, that was my fault. I was just being a jackass.
That's what I wish. That's what I wish
You know, it's
cubers
funny.
knew how to do, to not clap when they don't need to clap. Because clapping is one of those things that you just start doing if enough people are doing it. Because like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's something that you just like
Yeah.
have been trained to just do if like 2 or 3 people are
Yeah.
like at least 2 or 3
Yeah.
people are doing it. And you're like, oh, something's happening.
Like the videos.
it's like no.
Yeah.
The videos of people sleeping in class and then they're
Yeah,
clapping and the guy wakes
yeah.
up and starts clapping.
Yeah.
It's funny. I've like actually realized when I'm just like at school or something, if I hear like clapping coming from somewhere else, my instant thought is there a world record? Even though I'm not in a competition.
World record?
Yeah, like, and I
DG,
look,
you have
and
a
I'm like,
really
wait, it
tough
doesn't
time
actually
separating.
matter.
You have a really tough time separating your reality from other things. We had this discussion
Podcast.
yesterday about the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Like, we were having a conversation. Ava, Sam, and I were having a conversation, and Sam said something, and DG went title, and I was like, DG, you know this is not a podcast. This is real life. You need to learn to separate your realities. I have a different answer. And I just lost it. Oh, I just got it back. Okay.
Good job.
I think people should learn not to give up in their solves just because they're bad.
Ooh,
Like,
tell
too
your
many
story.
people,
Tell your story.
Like they mess up. Yes, this is why I brought it up, because I wanted to tell a story. I'm being selfish, but I feel like too many people, when they mess up a solve, they just like, oh well, and they put it down and then take the DNF. It's like, no, finish your solve.
Yeah.
Like, I was incredibly inconsistent yesterday at New York City Spring, and one of my 3x3 averages, it was dead on the first solve. I got a 20, and I want to get all sub 20s, so like I was like, whatever. And on my third solve, I was messing around like with a green cross, and like so that was slow as it is. Then I messed up an A perm, and then I was just being stupid. So I could have taken the DNF, but I was like, no, I'm gonna see this solve through. So I got a 1 minute 2 second solve
What?
officially at 3x3. So I feel like more people should just finish their solves instead of taking DNFs because it looks cooler.
Oh,
now
I
my
have
average...
another story to encourage people why when you finish.
Yeah, and so now my 3x3 average ranges from 17 seconds to over a minute. And I think that's cool. Anyway, go ahead, Sam.
So, I completely agree with Adam. You should not DNF attempts that you're just disappointed with how you're doing. And let me tell you why. The competition, I believe, was Harvard Fall 2013 or 2014, one of the two. And so, I, being a young, brash, and experienced competitor, thought, oh, I'm going to be cool by DNFing if I get a bad time, and just like then I'll just not get another bad time. And so I did that. You can see where this is going, maybe.
Oh no.
And so it's 3x3 round 1 at this comp, and I got a solve, and then the DNF, and then another solve, and on my 4th attempt, I unintentionally DNF'd. So there goes my average entirely, and it ended up being a DNF average. So the moral of the story is you never know when you're going to unintentionally DNF, so don't intentionally.
I only do that on the last solve.
Yeah.
Sarah Strong.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, last solve it doesn't.
Unless it's like a
One
unless it's a
minute
meme.
better than DNF, baby.
Right,
Yeah, true. True.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's the most terrifying thought I always have before 7x7 solve is I'd better make sure I'm starting the timer actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess those are all the questions we have for today. So make sure to leave your questions in the comments below for when we announce our next guests, which will be happening later. But before we leave, we have 2 more segments. So first, we're going to be doing Cubing Taboo, which is something we did last time with JPerm. That episode isn't up as we're recording this, but you'll have heard it by now. So Adam, this was your
that's a
idea, so I
taboo
guess
word.
you want to take over from here?
Hell yeah.
Cool.
I love taboo. Okay, so...
Adam, it's heck yeah.
Excuse me, this is a Christian. Yeah, so taboo, I got this idea because we play it for vocab units at my school. Like, so basically, my teacher splits the class into 3 groups, and those 3 groups each get a unit. For a unit test, there are 3 units, so that's why it's 3 groups. And so that group has to write cards where they write the name of the word on top, and then 3 taboo words. If you don't know how taboo works, basically somebody goes up, they pick a card, they see what word they have to explain to their teammates, like charades. Their teammates have to guess what they're saying, right?
Give an example.
So they describe that thing, but they cannot use any of the taboo words, nor can they use the original word that they're trying to guess, different forms of the word, etc. So, right, so last time we did stickers, right? And I believe, JPerm was the one to write that card. So he wrote like, adhesive, face, cube, like that. And so I'd have to say things that you put on the side of a puzzle. Because I couldn't say face, I couldn't say, cube, like that. And you have to avoid saying those things, but still describe it.
So, how this will work is since we have 6 people this time, we'll have 3 teams of 2.
Ooh.
And everybody will, every single person will write a card, just 1 card. And then we'll figure out who gets whose card, but we'll switch cards essentially. And person 1 on each team, there's going to be a person 1 and person 2. Person 1 will get their card because somebody from another team will send it to them. And they'll get 20 seconds to think. So somebody will be timing them and say, time's up. And then they have to start talking. They have 10 seconds to talk. And then the other person, with those 10 seconds of speech, has to figure out what the word is. So these are all cubing terms. So like,
Or
for
cubing
example...
people.
Or cubing
Yeah,
people.
anything
So,
related
like,
to cubing.
Matt's Volk, stickers, logos, blindfolds, Red Bull, Erno Rubik, like stuff like that. The other rule is that if I chose Red Bull, I can't say an animal that is the opposite of blue. It's also a soccer team. Like, I can't say that. It has to be cubing related, through cubing.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah. And you're not
Alright,
allowed to say, like,
so,
rhymes
those are the
with bed bowl.
Yeah.
You can't do rhymes with. You can't do hand gestures. You gotta just speak.
Well,
Yeah.
we're not.
Okay.
We don't even have video on, so hand gestures is not a problem.
Right.
Right. Hand gestures is not an issue,
Yeah.
but just in general, that's a taboo rule.
Yeah.
For this, we're making it a little bit more challenging by doing 5 taboo words.
Ooh.
So 5 taboo words.
Okay.
And yeah, that's basically it.
Okay,
so
so wait, Adam, I have on random.org, I'm about to press a button that'll randomize the teams. Are you ready for that?
yeah, go for it.
Okay. Teams
Also,
are
I
being
realized-
randomized. All right.
I realize how
so,
convenient it is that they're an even amount of people when we do taboo. So
Yeah,
far.
that's true.
lucky.
All right, so
Lucky.
teams are me and Sam are the first team. Then Derpy and Allison are team 2, and Adam and Ava are team 3.
Okay.
Sam,
I'm
we're
sorry
gonna kill
in
it.
advance, Ava.
Okay.
No worries.
So are we like
Stacks.
opening private? Are we like opening like private Facebook chats or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
now we're
Sam,
gonna have some
message on
time to.
Facebook.
I forgot to mention one thing. In order to build dramatic irony, we need the audience to know what we're guessing beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
So the team that's about to go will take off their headphones, and we will say it to the camera before we start anything.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, so you could. We should all take some time now, each individually, to select something and write our card. Essentially.
Okay.
Okay.
So we need team names.
Oh my god.
I don't think we need team names.
I'm Team Cube Tower. Ava and I are
Okay.
Team Cube Tower. Okay. Team DG and Sam, boring people who don't want
Wait,
names.
Sam, do you want a team name?
Fewest guesses challenge. FGC.
Yes. Okay. That's good.
All right,
Um,
Allison's name.
um.
Allison and our name are gonna be our addresses put together.
Why don't you combine your social security numbers?
Yeah, let's do it. No, let's add them so that people can't find them out.
Yeah.
Oh, smart. Okay, here we go. The first thing that's going to happen is DG is going to send me his thing.
Okay.
So, Ava, you're going to have to guess, and I'm the one thinking.
Okay. So my word is stack mat timer, and the taboo words are fast, competition, hands, start, and stop.
I have a little dilemma. Wait, am I guessing?
What's that?
Okay.
Yes.
I kind of heard.
It's gonna take some time to rewrite one, so do one that I'm not involved in.
Fine. Sam, send yours to Derpy, and Allison has to guess.
Oh.
So that means Allison and Derpy, take off your headsets.
Or like
Headphones.
just
I'm
mute.
I'm
just gonna.
turning my
I'm
volume
just,
down
Yeah, I'm just
right
gonna turn
now.
my.
So my word is Traxxas,
Ooh.
and the taboo words are lube/lubricant, cube, silicone, oil, and liquid.
When you see it, I'll start time, and I'll tell you at 10 seconds and 20. Okay, ready?
So am I sending it now?
Go send it.
I see it. Okay. Okay. And I can't say anything about the letters in the word, right?
10 seconds.
No.
No, you cannot.
No, yeah, you can't describe the word or anything.
Good luck.
15.
Sam was very happy about this one, so now I'm worried.
20 seconds.
Okay, so it is a it is a viscous, non-solid, non-gaseous material that is usually kept in a
7.
bottle in increments of 50 that Chris
Stop.
Wilson
Lubricant,
really
lubricant.
likes. Oh.
Lubricant is your first guess and is incorrect.
What?
Ooh.
2-point opportunity. Go.
What?
What is incorrect?
No.
That's not the guess.
Game is
I
hard.
said you're wrong, but that doesn't mean you're 100% wrong,
Oh.
if that helps.
Oh man, I only got 10
Wait.
seconds. Aw.
Now this is okay. He said 50 milliliters.
Who is clapping in this call?
Sorry.
No
Is it-
clavicling.
Is it Traxxas?
Yeah.
Oh!
Hey!
2 points.
He said 50 milliliters, and I was
You should
like,
have said 10K, 30K,
okay.
50K.
I said increments of 50 because I didn't remember what it was.
Traxxas is
Oh
correct.
yeah, he said something about 50, and I was like, "There's only one lubricant that always comes in a really big bottle."
Yeah. So that's
Yes!
2 points.
Nice.
That was
Oh
a-
my god!
That was a
Hey.
great
Wow,
guess and a
I didn't
great
think you were gonna do it.
card. Good job to both of you. And so team Weird Al
It's
and the
not 50.
Derpster
By the way,
gets
it's not
2
50
points.
milliliters. That's just the viscosity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not
what
yeah.
I said.
Oh
I
shoot.
didn't say milliliters.
Okay,
I said-
either way, I recognize it as like a very
Yeah.
large
Yeah.
bottle.
50. I said increments of 50, so I guess it's kind of
Yeah.
right.
it would, yeah, I
Increments
don't
of
know.
50.
Either way, it somehow worked out in my head.
That's,
It worked
I didn't
out. It
remember
worked out
I
somehow.
didn't remember what the 50 what the units were. I
Yeah.
just knew there was.
Yeah, yeah.
Adam, what's next?
You want to go now? Send it to me. Okay, so Ava turned your volume down all the way, and I shall do
Okay.
the same right now.
And
Okay.
I shall repeat the task.
All right. So.
By the way, Ava's really stupid and annoying. So is Adam.
All right. So.
They're both snobs, and I hate them.
Okay, guys, I gotta say it. Okay, so my word is pyraminx, and the taboo words are tetrahedron, puzzle, Drewbrads, triangle, and event.
Okay, I'm back.
Damn,
I'm
Bamak.
back.
Okay, did you hear it this
Wow.
time? Do you have a dilemma again?
No.
Do you have a trilemma? A quadrilemma?
Adam, I'm sending in 3, 2, 1, now.
I see it.
15. 20, go.
DG's third favorite thing in his most recent video. Usually it's at the top, but not anymore.
Oh, pyramids.
Whoa!
Easy money.
Wow.
Easy money.
That was good. That was
Wow.
really good.
Nice.
Damn. That
Third
was
favorite
good.
thing. I
Cube
like
Towers take the
Yeah.
that. Ooh.
I would have said like 3-sided
Yeah,
four-faced
yeah,
object
yeah.
or something.
Because you didn't say the number 3 or 4.
That's
so I was
true,
like,
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And you could say tips.
Yeah. Oh, true. True. I think my first one was better.
Yeah, if you said like 3-sided four-faced like object with tips or something, I think someone would have
Yeah.
gotten it.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's up now, Adam?
Now it's going to be Ava sending hers to Sam.
Okay, so Sam and I take headphones off.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
And I'm muting now.
My word is AUF, therefore you can't use the word adjust, you, or face. And the words you can't use are after, before, PLL, turn, or move.
Ooh, that's
Wow.
good.
Toughie. It's a toughie.
That's pretty tough.
So Sam, just inform me whenever you see it,
Okay.
and I'll inform you at 10 and 20 seconds,
Okay,
and
I
I'll
see
also
it.
inform you at 5 and 10. You see it? Okay.
Okay.
18,
This one's
19,
really tough.
20. Stop.
Okay. It's a step of a solve that you do
5.
prior to finishing. Oh god.
Stop.
Wow.
Oh god. Oh, God.
I kind of have
Too
it down
slow.
to a couple things.
Too
Okay,
slow.
first guess.
Good word choice, Sam. I'm
I'm-
impressed.
gonna say- I'm-
like that you were able.
Yeah, you have
I'm
to.
gonna say-
Ava's words. You have to like tiptoe around.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
OLL.
That is incorrect. 2-point attempt.
Okay, PLL.
Incorrect. 1 point.
Wait,
attempt.
really? Oh shoot. Prior
yeah.
to finishing.
I'm sorry. I did not do it there.
AUF.
AUF is
Hey!
Yeah.
Yay!
I thought the finishing was actually like PLL.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Ava's words, like you had to like
Yeah,
tiptoe
that was.
around
Wait, what
it.
were
It's
those
like,
words?
find so many
Before,
synonyms.
after, PLL, turn, and move.
Oh wow.
Yeah, tough
Okay,
one.
Yeah.
So,
It-
a scoring update after the first round of every team going. We have Team Weird Al and Derp at 2 points. Team FGC fewest guesses challenge at 1 point, and in the lead,
Yeah.
Cube Tower with 3 points. All right.
Woo! Okay, can we just wait? Since we were supposed to be our social security numbers added, can our team name just be the social security numbers?
Okay,
No.
sure.
Sure.
The
When I was
identity
writing
thi-
down like
thieves.
abbreviations for name for Allison, I wrote down Al, so that's fine.
Oh.
Weird Al.
Weird Al and the Dirt. Next we have
me sending mine to social security numbers. Allison.
Okay.
To Allison.
Okay.
Me to Allison.
Okay.
So my word is iCube, and you cannot use the words picture, apple, atom, iPhone, or JRCuber.
Ooh.
Allison, please inform me when you see it for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sending it through Hangouts now.
I see it.
1920.
Okay. It's a puzzle based around application icons on a cellular device, popular cellular device
Nice.
brand.
iCube.
Nice.
Oh!
3 points for the social security numbers.
Nice.
All right. Who's next?
All right, good job. So now social security numbers take a 2-point lead over the cube towers. The next one is Allison sending hers to DG.
So ours is the tournament display. The taboo words are
Numbers.
timer, numbers.
Timer.
Stack mat. You stack mat.
Seconds. Stack mat.
Numbers, seconds, stack mat, and solve.
Solve.
That's 5.
Solve.
That's 5.
Oh, it is? Okay.
You have it typed up?
We
You
got
have
it.
it typed
we
up?
Got it. We
I
got it.
need to
we
paste
got
it and send it to DG. But okay, DG, I'm going to send it on Facebook Messenger.
Okay. I see it.
18, 19, stop.
It's in a competition. It's on a table. It tells you how fast you did the cube.
Scorecard. Scorecard.
10.
Scorecard.
Scorecard is incorrect. 2-point attempt.
Ooh.
It's on the table. Stack mat timer.
Allison,
What?
That's
incorrect, right?
It's not
That's incorrect.
Okay.
It's not correct.
No. 1-point attempt.
Oof. Stopwatch.
Incorrect.
Oh.
The correct
Ouch.
answer is the tournament display.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I should have said
You
it.
guess like every other timing element of the tournament.
I didn't realize there were so many
Yeah.
timing elements.
Yeah, I should
know.
have said it stands on the
Or, like,
table.
mounted.
I feel like that would have helped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If you said
Mounted
like
on
it
the
was like,
table,
like
yeah.
Mounted,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
0
Clamp
points
to the
for the
table.
FGCs.
Oh no, we lost.
1 point.
Oh.
Wow.
Wait, maybe
I
we
guess
should
that's
be. Wait, Sam, we
fewest
should be
points
fewest points
yeah.
challenge.
Yeah.
Fewest
Fewest
points.
points.
Yeah.
FTC.
Awards. The winners of the fewest points challenge is the fewest guesses challenge. Who ironically had the most guesses. Alright. Alright, the last round, the last thing,
Oh my
the
God.
last festival is
Oh my god.
Okay.
is
Is me
Ava.
sending mine to who?
Ava.
Okay, so the word is. Wait, Ava, are you? You're
Ava,
not here,
Adam?
right?
No, not here. Okay.
Okay. The word is Eric Ackersdyke. You know, whatever, however you pronounce that. The taboo words are 7.08, 3x3, world record, orange, because he always wears orange, and I don't know what I forget what the last one was.
Felix.
Was it Allison?
Felix.
Oh, and the last one is Felix. So, because you don't want to refer to, who
Right.
beat him. So, yeah. All right.
Come back.
Good. Tell me when you're ready to receive the.
And tell me when you
the
see
medals.
it.
Also, yeah,
Okay,
tell me when
I'm
you see it.
ready.
All right, I'm sending now.
I see it.
18, 19, 20. Go.
Okay, this is a very old cuber. Not very, but anyway, he lives in Europe and he got a very iconic time on
Stop.
Rubik's Cube.
This could be a
Yeah, I
lot of
know.
people.
Okay, just for reference.
What if he doesn't even know his name? Like, okay, whatever.
I'm not going. First of all, I'm not going to.
Wait,
Yeah,
no, you
that's
gotta
fine.
do it though. There's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try, but if I get this first try, we win.
If I get it second time, we tie, and if I don't get it or get it on my third try,
You still get second.
Ooh.
the social security numbers win. So there's a lot of pressure laying on this. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but is it like Eric?
Yes,
as-
yes.
That's it.
Yes!
Hey!
Victory!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Wow.
With
When
6
you
points,
said I
the
don't
Cube
know how to
Towers
pronounce
knock
his
off the
last
social
name.
security numbers.
Oh
Hey,
my
let Adam
god.
Oh man, that was good. That was good.
If we add up the scores of the other two teams, we tie. Oh man.
Damn.
All right. So that was
It's the 703, right?
708.
708, 708.
Close enough.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a really fun segment. I would like to
It's 70 something.
I would like to thank Adam for introducing it to us. But now we're going to be moving on to the last segment for the day. Very sad, I know, but this is an exciting one. Cubing in the news. So I'm going to post the link in our Facebook chat so everybody can follow along, and it's going to be in the show notes for everybody listening at home.
Was this article deleted?
It was deleted, so I had the original version, but I had to find it on the Wayback Machine because the article... It seems like this website deletes all their articles after like a few weeks or something. So, yeah, that's why.
gotcha.
But, so this is about when Steve Cho got the 4.59 world record on 3x3. So it's titled, Video. He beats the world record of Rubik's Cube of 4.59 seconds. So,
All right,
Sam, if you would like to read the whole thing, it's pretty short, so, okay.
Sug Bum Cho. Just to clarify,
First
that's not
word
me.
is wrong.
Just to clarify, that's the spelling. That's not me.
Yeah.
Sug Bum Cho beats the world record of Rubik's Cube of 4.59 seconds. YouTube at SteveCuber1. What annoys those who are still...
Oh no.
That sounds like a title. Doesn't sound like a sentence. What annoys those who are still struggling to line up 3 squares of the same color. The scene takes place in a competition of Rubik's Cube 3x3x3. Sugbum Cho carefully looks at his Rubik's Cube in all its faces, poses in front of him, takes a long deep breath, and launches.
Okay, so far,
Launches.
if you ask me to try to understand what this is saying, I'm not picturing a cubing competition. I'm picturing like they're launching a
Looks
rocket.
at all poses in front of him. It's like a photo shoot. Like he's posing.
The Rubik's and is it saying is it saying the Rubik's Cube poses in front of him or he poses in front of him?
The Rubik's
Yeah.
Cube poses in front of him.
All right.
His fingers fluttering on the cube, the colors are paraded and finally get together. The young...
This sounds like a couple that everyone has wanted to get together.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
finally
yeah.
get together.
The young Korean then flows the toy ended up on the mat and gets up without really realizing that the feat he just accomplished. What?
Not really realizing.
Oh no.
Oh, I just read ahead.
Yeah, me too. Oh no.
Read it.
A man then announces his time of 4.59 seconds.
I don't think that
This
happens.
Yeah, no. This is less than Patrick
No,
Pons. 10
10 less.
10 less.
Oh,
is
this
10
is
less.
10 less than Patrick Pons, an American of 15 years, who had become the new record holder of the discipline in September of last year.
Oh my god.
Okay.
10
what?
seconds
10
less.
Oh
It
my
used to be
God.
14.
It doesn't even
10
it doesn't even
less.
say 10 seconds less. It just says 10 less.
It just says 10 less.
Yeah,
10 Rubik's
Wait,
Cubes
wait.
less.
Patrick
like 10
Pons has been
milliseconds, 10 centiseconds.
Like 10
what?
stickers less. Like he solved 10 stickers.
and Patrick
10
Pons has been
milligrams.
an American for 15 years, but how long has he been alive? That's the real question.
American of 15 years.
Also, the also read is quite interesting if you want to read that. And then there's
Yeah,
more after it, of course, but you know.
Yeah. Also read video, the stuff of Champions Rubik's Cube. You can put the lubricant of all kinds, from the most liquid to the most dense.
The more
From
dense.
the most liquid
the
to the
more
more
dense.
dense.
Wow,
Jesus, I can't
dense
read.
liquid.
Are we talking about the Traxxas here, from the
Yeah.
previous game?
That's how I should have described the track system.
Yeah.
Around Sugbum Cho, the other speed cuber, as they are called, hallucinate, get up, shout, and praise the performance.
Alright. There is
I love
nothing right
hallucinate.
in that sentence.
Oh yeah.
I always hallucinate when I see a world record.
They saw spiders crawling around the room.
Also,
Get up, hallucinate.
also they just say speed cuber singular. Like, I'm just picturing this guy solves a Rubik's Cube and some other guy's just over there hallucinating.
Oh my god.
The video, immediately posted on YouTube, has already been viewed more than 187,000 times.
No,
No, it's
point. No, that's
187.000
time, and impressed the surfers.
Oh, what?
Press the surface.
Yeah, I guess there
They
is.
call
Maybe this
internet
is the.
users surfers.
It was supposed to be internet surfers,
It's the
yeah.
Hawaii competition. What can you say?
Impress the surfers.
When asked, Surfer said, "Wow."
Wow, dude, that's so cool. With such a long time, Sugbum Cho should still be a good time record holder for human Rubik's Cube. And yes, in January 2016, the robot Sub-1 had realized the puzzle 0,887 second ...
Dot. The end.
Well, I want to know what language this was translated from.
Yeah.
The Sherbrooke Times is the name of the
That doesn't
publication.
sound foreign.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
Yeah.
That sounds like something that would be in like Great Britain or something.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Sherbrooke Times. I'm looking at their website now to see.
DG,
Yeah.
you said this would be really
Wait,
good,
wait,
and
wait.
you have delivered. This is like the best
Yeah,
one so
this is
far.
amazing.
I'm very glad you enjoyed it.
Wait, I love their categories. It's like news, sport, cinema, politic. Only one politic.
Politic. And then
Techno.
Entertainment. I just love the singular politic.
From Canada. I think it's from Quebec.
Oh, French.
Yeah, it's French.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay.
French.
I love
That's so
I love their
funny.
use of the word hallucinate. That really like adds to the article. And the
I'd love
surfers.
for a fluent French speaker to actually translate the original.
Okay, if you look at the author, if you click on the author and look at the preview, for some reason I can't click to open the article,
Yeah.
but like the author's like Game of Thrones season 7, the twisted end we would prefer. A few weeks after the end of season 7 of Game of Thrones, back on what we would have liked to see in the last episode. What? Alright, North Korea mentions the strengthening of its nuclear potential. Look at this article. North Korea celebrated Saturday the anniversary of the founding of the nation.
Oh man. Yeah, so if you couldn't tell, they probably like they almost definitely used like a really poor translator to do this. Like this is
Yeah.
much worse than Google Translate. Like I feel like
Yeah.
Google Translate
Yeah.
wouldn't put hallucinate and also spell his name wrong every single time. Like I think that's just bad research, honestly. But many problems with this article, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure
I wonder what translated to hallucinate. Like, what was it
Yeah.
supposed to be? Like,
they're not
like
hallucinating.
spectate, view, watch,
The other speed cuber hallucinates.
Yeah, I just love to see like him doing it like at a competition if there's only one other guy there.
Yeah, and he's just in the
It's
corner
like, this older
hallucinating.
dude It's like this dad who just like is tripping on shrooms. It's like, oh my god!
And then,
So he,
no,
like,
but then he
he
gets
sto-
up and
he pauses
shouts.
to
Yeah, it's like record.
he pauses to hallucinate and then gets up and shouts.
Yeah.
No, it's just a guy. It's just a guy tripping in a room by himself, and he stands up like world record.
The whole world record was just a
And
hallucination.
a guy
It's
walks in
not
and is
even
like, "What are
real.
you talking about, man?" He's like, "The Korean kid just solved a Rubik's cube in 4 seconds."
Sug
His name
Bum
is
Cho.
Siog Bom Cho.
Sug bomb.
Oh man. Like I feel like that's just wrong to spell the guy's name wrong too. Like that's just rude.
I know, it's not like it went through the like how would that have gone
Yeah,
through the
you don't need to
translator?
translate
Like,
a name.
Yeah. I'm okay. I feel like
Instant
hallucinate
classic.
maybe was like we're surprised. I don't know.
Maybe it was what?
Was supposed to be that they're like surprised or something.
They were shocked, maybe.
Shocked. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. That's weird.
Imagine if it was like they were electrocuted.
Yeah, like they meant to say that they were literally electrocuted.
Yeah.
As he got the world record, they suddenly drowned.
Yeah.
As he got the world record, the electric chair was brought back into use.
Oh man. Yeah. So hopefully everybody listening and hopefully you guys all enjoyed this article. I was really excited when I found this. I found it a couple months ago and I was just so happy. But but yeah, so make sure to leave some cubing in the news article suggestions in the comments if you find any like this or worse. Make sure to let us know and we'll definitely use them in the future. But yeah, I think that's going to be about it for this one. So before we leave, we need to now announce the our next guest or lack thereof. So drum roll. Our next guest is non-existent. Yeah. We're just gonna have an all hosts episode next time. So we're gonna actually have a game show style thing where we're gonna play all the games we've done in the past, and by the end we're gonna determine a winner. So we don't really need any questions, but we might do like a short Q&A segment if you guys have any questions to ask. You know, if you have anything really pressing, we might answer them. So you can leave questions if you want in the comments, but they might not get answered. Just a fair warning. But yeah. So big thanks to Sam for joining us. This was really, really fun. And I think that's about it for this one. So am I gonna outro? I think I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay, wait. I gotta prepare myself. I'm scared. Can I do it? Wait, I haven't done it in a while. Okay, I'm ready. Yeah, so that's about it for this one. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can leave them down below, and that would be much appreciated. Like, share this video, and follow us on social media in order to be awesome, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening.
Okay, bye.
Wait, Derpy, I don't know why we're talking over the chat. But, yeah, maybe if you leave and come back. Or just leave and never come back. No, just kidding.